good reason for all the things I've done. I got a picture in the back of my mind of what I've lost and what I've won.
All right, that's a non-hit.
It's the Ron and Fez Show with tickets to go see Willie Nelson and Family live on stage at Wolf Trap. That show is coming up Wednesday, June 18th at 8 p.m. Now, for tickets, you can call tickets.com at 703-218-6500, or you can order them online at wolftrap.org. We got a pair for you to win right here and now on the Ron and Fez Show on 106.7 WJFK.
Fuzzy, country music. Are you a fan of country music?
You know what? I go through phases where all of a sudden I'll like to listen to a lot of country music, and I'll get into some sort of thing where that's all I'll listen to for like a couple weeks in a row.
Not for me. I'm more of a classic country music guy. I can listen to most of the classic stuff, but any of the new stuff like the last 10 years, it's just awful to me. It's almost easy listening music. Well, CMT has named the best country music songs of all time.
Oh, okay. So that's where the classics should be. All time.
Well, some of these are new probably. So give us what you think it is. If you're right with this, we'll give you tickets to go see Willie Nelson. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969.
All right, we'll see who can figure out what is the best country music song of all time according to Country Music Television.
Now, I didn't even know there was still a Country Music Television. I thought they got rid of that.
Well, TNN was the Nashville network.
Right.
Before it came the national network. Now it's going to be Spike TV, unless Spike Lee has something to do with it. So, and then Country Music Television, I think, was more of an MTV for country music.
Oh, is that right?
Where it was more country music videos, whereas the Nashville network was a lot of programming. Just regular country programming.
Yeah, what was that guy, Ralph Edwards, used to see on there all the time?
Ralph Edwards, oh, God, my grandfather's house. On Saturday nights, we used to have to watch Ralph Edwards and Pop Goes the Country.
He was also like the most powerful DJ ever.
Really?
Yeah, in country music DJ.
When else would we watch? We would watch some show with Bill Anderson.
I don't know that one. I remember, what the hell were they always standing in the corner? Hee-haw.
Hee-haw, oh yeah, that was definitely on the list.
Never has there been a funny joke in the history of hee-haw.
And that thing had to be on, 20 years?
Oh, no, I bet it was more. Because it came on as like, hey, we'll do a laugh-in for country music people. And I think it ran until like the 90s.
With Roy Clark and Buck Owens.
I bet it ran closer to 30 years than 20. I bet it went farther than 20 years.
And that was another show we would watch over at Grandpa's house. And he would howl when they sang the song, Where, Oh, Where Are You Tonight? And then it would always end with, You Was Gone. And when they would go, he would fall out of his chair laughing.
And this was at your grandpa's?
Yeah.
And that guy's name was Grandpa.
Grandpa Jones. Hey, Grandpa, what's for dinner?
What's the supper, right? That's hysterical. God, you Southern people. All right, 866-277-4969. Here's Peter. Peter, I want you to be truthful here because we're giving away tickets. What is really, to you, the greatest country song of all time?
What do you got, Pete? Pete, what's the greatest country music song of all time?
I thought it was The Gambler.
That's that. Know when to show 'em.
Know when to hold 'em.
I'm not big on country, but I feel like that's it.
All right. Thank you very much. It's not the... Sorry.
Let me see, Ronnie. The Gambler, not in the top 10 here. From Country Music Television. So funny. Became a movie series.
All right, here is Rob. Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Rob.
Ron and Fez, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones.
Now, that one, what, early 60s, mid-60s, I guess?
Yeah, I would think so.
Somewhere around there.
George Jones loved by the country music audience and never really picked up by the rest. Like John Denver was a country music song, and then became a real pop star.
Yeah, he could cross over.
Not George Jones, though. I don't think he ever played on either coast. That's the number 2 song of all time. He Stopped Loving Her Today. Just missed it, buddy.
You were very close. He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones, number 2 from CMT.
This guy seemed like he had a lot of women problems, if you ever listen to his music. Just didn't get along with the ladies so much. Here is Robert. Robert, you're on Run and Fast.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Robert.
Hey, how about You're Cheating Hard by Hank Williams?
You're Cheating Hard, Hank Williams Sr.
Yes.
Well, you just say Hank Williams because he didn't even know he had a junior. You're Cheating Hard?
He's the one Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't know it at the time, I don't think. I think...
He didn't know he had Bocephus.
You're Cheating Hard came in at number 5.
Oh.
So that's Hank Williams with Your Cheating Heart. Oh, this is great.
This is almost yodeling.
But sleep won't come.
Now, it's weird because Hank the Third, who's touring now, is more like this Hank. He's more like Senior than Junior is.
And doesn't Hank the Third not get along with Hank Jr.?
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, those. I don't know why they have kids, because it's just going to be a fight.
It's so Shakespearean.
Or is it just that Bocephus doesn't get along with anybody on either side of him?
Maybe if Granddad would have lived, those two would have went on tour, loved each other.
But it is a proud Williams family tradition.
All right, 866-277-4969. And, you know, even country music doesn't play these kinds of songs anymore.
No.
Here is Patrick. Patrick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, homosexual says what?
What?
My guess is Patsy Cline, Blue.
Patsy Cline, Blue. Let me check on that one. There is Patsy Cline's, but not Blue.
Not Blue whatsoever.
WJFK, David, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, David.
Oh, he just...
David panicked.
He had Liam Ryan's Blue, and he panicked.
That's BLEW.
866-277-4969, giving away a pair of tickets on country music on talk radio tonight. Here's Johnny. Johnny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Johnny.
What's up, guys?
Buddy.
I'd have to say my guess is Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places.
All right, even if you don't like country music, and especially modern, I dare you not to sing along with the hook of this song.
People love to sing Friends in Low Places.
Of course, not from this point on. You have to hook that. So that's not going to happen.
So Friends in Low Places running number 6 on the country music television list.
I would have thought that one would have been higher. That's their Hey Jude.
Yeah, it really is. It's an anthem that everyone knows.
And even when he did the live album, I think he wrote an extra verse.
That's right, he did.
And I'm thinking, why doesn't Jimmy Buffett steal that song? It seems so perfect for the Parrot Head. Here's Jerry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Rhinestone Cowboy. I think that was Glenn Campbell, written by David Allan Coe, if I'm correct, but I'm not even sure about that. Yeah, I think it was David Allan Coe. Didn't make the list.
No, Rhinestone Cowboy.
Remember when Glenn Campbell used to come out dressed in, like, all rhinestones, trying to get over on that?
That was another show we had to watch.
Here is Mo. Mo, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mo.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Mo. What you got, buddy?
Thunder Rolls, Garth Brooks.
Well, we got Friends in Low Places on the list, but no Thunder Rolls.
And I never even understood that Thunder Rolls. I thought it was a place to buy your bread.
I think it's what's in his jeans.
Drew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Drew.
What's up, buddy?
What you got, Drew?
I got Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. There you go.
I don't know if there is a greater song.
You know, I'm surprised this did make the list. It came in as 4. But it's always been my favorite Johnny Cash song, but I didn't know that. I didn't think it was anybody else's favorite Johnny Cash song. Normally there's, you know, all the other ones that he's done. That whole Man in Black thing and all.
Greatest Johnny Cash song of all time. That's from my boy Phil in Hawaii.
All right, that goes out to Phil in Hawaii on the Country Music Radio Network.
Very nice. It's number 4 on the CMT list. It's number 1 on the mariachi list.
Here is Dixon. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Folsom Prison by Johnny Cash.
Folsom Prison, which I actually would have thought would have been above Ring of Fire. That's one of those songs people love. Didn't even make the list, Fez.
No. The Ring of Fire from Johnny Cash is that representative.
Here's Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Chris Panic. He wanted Achy Breaky.
Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, Scott.
You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille.
Well, I don't know why you're calling Fez Lucille, but no.
No.
That is if we decide to have the most awful thing. That'll be right behind Achy Breaky Heart.
No fine time to leave me, Lucille. Willie Nelson tickets are on the line on 106.7 WJFK. He's going to be at Wolf Trap Wednesday, June 18th. What we want you to do is figure out what was the #1 country music song of all time according to Country Music Television.
Marty, you're on Run Fez.
Gotta be Crazy.
Crazy
By Aerosmith?
By Willie Nelson.
Well, Willie Nelson, of course, wrote that song, but did not make it. Patsy Cline's version made it to #3.
Well, it's his version, his words.
I know, but they're saying it's Patsy Cline's version.
They go by the artist who sang it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
See if Otis Redding gets to tell people that respect this is. Believe me, that big woman took that off him years ago.
That's just going to confuse the people.
Here's Shelley, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Shelley.
Is it Patsy Cline's Walking After Midnight?
And it would be for me. That's my favorite by her. That one did not make the list.
No Walking After Midnight.
Patsy Cline was great, man.
She really was. Was that a plane crash?
Over the Sea of Japan.
Oh, no.
It spun in. There were no survivors.
It's rough. We're looking at the Country Music Television list of the best country music songs of all time. We'll give you an update here. We have #6. We found that. Friends in Low Places, Garth Brooks. We found #5, Your Cheating Heart, Hank Williams. #4, Ring of Fire, Johnny Cash. Crazy, Patsy Cline was #3. We found that. And #2, He Stopped Loving Her Today, George Jones.
Now, all these songs are done by the RonFez.net band with the drummer singing along.
The Jug Band.
By the way, you're the singer now?
Yeah.
What happened with the other guy?
Things happen.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's a cruel business.
I just wanted to hear him sing once. What's his name?
Snoogans.
David, you're on Run Fez.
David.
Hey, Ron and Fez. How about Conway Twitty with Hello, Darling?
Actually, Fez and I have a very good friend named Darlin after that song. Hello, darling. No, didn't make any sense. It's just awful.
It stinks. Oh, that was the country name that really cracked me up a lot. That and Little Jimmy Dickens.
And I thought it was Little Dickie Jimmins. Eddie, you're on Run Fez.
How about Devil Went Down to Georgia, Charlie Daniels Band?
Boy, I love that song. It's not on the list, but I love that song.
I think that may be the worst song of all time. And I'm not even some of the early... yes, worse than Kachagugu. And that big man with even a bigger hat and no eyes completely weirds me out.
He's wearing an umbrella. There's a beard hanging out from underneath a big umbrella hat.
And he's wearing the state of Delaware as a belt. I don't understand what that TV screen is where his belt should be. No, that's a terrible song.
Never went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal.
What is that, fat rap? Is that what he was doing? What does it even mean?
Do you like that one or the America song that he rapped?
Awful.
Well, the eagle's been flying slow, and the flag's been flying low, and a lot of people saying that America's fixing to fall.
I like that whole South Gonna Do It Again better than both of them, but I just, all in all, I just think he's whacked out and just awful. And here's Don. Don, you're on Run Fez.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, Yo-Yo Ma.
It was either Whiskey River, Willie Nelson, or Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath.
All right, it wasn't Sweet Leaf and not Whiskey River, which is actually one of my favorites.
Wrong on both counts, bro.
Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, guys. How about Merle Haggard, Okie from Muskogee?
You would have thought there'd have been some Merle Haggard on here, and none at all. But he was like the king of country for a long time.
Yeah, Merle, very famous. No Ogie, no Merle.
Here is Richard. You're on Run Fez.
Hey, is it Coal Miner's Daughter?
Let me check on that one. You would have thought.
Richard, what's happening to us?
No Coal Miner's Daughter.
He was furious that Loretta Lynn's Coal Miner Daughter was slighted.
This is not the Ron and Fez list.
It's the Country Music Television list.
We would have put Coal Miner's Daughter right up there. 866-277-4969. Here's Mark. Mark, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, how about Happy Trails?
Damn, you would think that would be it. That's a great one.
Happy Trails, Roy Rogers or Van Halen?
Roy Rogers.
Bombadita, bombadita.
Nope, did not make it. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Buddy.
Hey,
Stand By Your Man.
Now, that's probably the most ridiculous...
Hello?
Yes, hold on, buddy. That's probably the most ridiculous pick I've heard, and yet it is the number one country song of all time. And also what I believe Fezzi was singing to Rory last night when you got really, really drunk. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that. All I remember is a lot of techno music blaring in my ears.
Hey, by the way, more people are IMing me about drunk... even Irish Alki writes that drunk Fez is priceless.
Well, that's good. At least it's good things about being drunk.
I didn't even notice, and I was completely sober as could be, and I didn't think you were any more drunk than I've seen you on a lot of occasions. You weren't definitely, whipping it out and wetting yourself drunk.
Yeah, I was whacked, though, and I could feel it. And when I went, I slid down a drunk hill really fast.
Well, you hadn't slept much over the past week.
I hadn't slept much, and the shots were a stupid idea.
Yeah, you're not a shot guy, are you? You're a beer guy.
I'm a beer guy, and then it was tequila shots. It's just dumb. Hold on, buddy. Yeah. Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man, the Hillary Clinton theme song. That was number one on the country music television list. You got tickets to see Willie Nelson and Family live at Wolf Trap. That's Wednesday, June 18th at 8 p.m. For tickets, you can call tickets.com at 703-218-6500, or you can actually order them online at wolftrap.org.
We'll have another pair of tickets to give out. We'll do another contest a little later on tonight, Fezzi. We got some stuff we wanted to get to tonight. Let's do the words that you can no longer use. What was that all about, Fez?
This is like some sort of watchdog group, Ronnie, and now what they're doing is it's different school districts around the country, and the thing now is for everything to be politically correct, and what can be in textbooks and what can't be. So with all these school districts, making sure that nobody's offended, there's actually words and phrases that seem fairly safe enough that are being taken out of textbooks and off of tests and everything else and taken right out of the school system.
Now, some of these things you think too long are coming, we should have got rid of them, or are you thinking, come on, now you're getting too carried away?
Now, I think that we've gone way beyond political correctness with some of these.
Now, who makes these decisions? I'm always curious about that.
I guess what it is, it's people that are printing the books.
Mm-hmm.
So it's those education publishers, those education people that consult textbook companies.
And a lot of those people are afraid of any kind of minority and thinking, oh, God, I would never use that word.
Right, and they don't want their textbook getting yanked off a shelf or out of a desk at a school because there's something offensive in it.
Now, does that happen very much? Do people get mad over things that were in a... I would just suppose more than anything about slavery, I would imagine.
See, that's a really touchy subject.
And it's part of history, and also anything about the Indians.
Yeah.
Because when we were kind of younger in school, you were pretty much taught, we came in and we cleaned up the country, it was all good. And they've turned that around and went, we made some mistakes killing Indians.
Sure. Now, with the slavery... slave is actually being replaced in some textbooks. Now, and like you said, part of history, you now have to say enslaved person instead of slave.
Now, I'm not understanding that.
Apparently, that makes it more of a human, more of a person, an individual, than it does like an object.
All right, now I'm understanding.
That gives it a human characteristic to it.
Because you're not a slave, you're a person who's been put into slavery.
Right, exactly.
I get that one, man. Now, all it really takes is probably a generation to turn that around.
Yeah.
And then that'll be saying, well, you know what they did with the slaves? And the kids will be yelling, they're not slaves, they're slave persons. You're the bigot. You make me sick. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Chris, what you got?
Hey, I'm 20, and when I was in school, when we always had to sit around, whatever, we always had Indian style. Well, my little brother goes to school now he's 6, and he was showing me how, little crap they do, and he said, well, this is how we have to sit on the rug. I said, oh, you said that's Indian style. I said, what? No, this is pretzel style.
And now it's pretzel style.
Apparently it's Indian style anymore.
All right, now that's kind of interesting because Indians can sit in a chair.
Right, they know how to sit.
That was just one of the ways they had because they didn't have chairs. All right, let's take a break, Fezzy. And I was hoping to, get Harry back here. I could punch him in the ear. I told him to rush.
He had a deadline.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll pick up some of this. Tell us whether you agree with some of these things or whether they're going too fast, going too far. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. This is WJFK and Ron and Fez.